Hello everybody, this is Todd, all things archery and shooting, and today, part of my do-it-yourself series, we're going to have to construct this here hay bale target for a recurve, compound, and longbow. This project's pretty simple to do, takes about an hour, hour and a half of your time, makes a great target. Alright, so stay tuned for that. We're going to get the materials and get to work building it. The thing you want to do is you want to measure your hay bales. So the first thing we do is measure our hay bales, okay? They are 18 inches wide, 19 inches wide, okay? So that gives us our base that we're going to need to use to build this with, okay? So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the bottom boards, these 2x10s, cut those to fit, okay? Remember, the hay bales are 36 inches, so we're going to cut them at 36 inches. Okay, I'm going to make this 37 inches because it's got to match the width of my hay bales, okay? So we're going to go 38 inches and give us an inch on each side. Alright, so take your tape measure, take your first 2x10 by 8, come over to 38 inches, mark your first line, 38 inches, no, 38 and 38, okay, we'll mark it from this end, the other 38 inches, you can see here, that's 38 right there, that's the piece I'm not going to use, okay, take my thing, just draw my square across there, the other side. Alright, do the same with the one down here. Okay, good. Alright, and all you gotta do, get your saw. I'll show you a trick how to cut a straight line with a saw. Use your square. Okay, line your edge up here, hold it, and put this on your line you want to cut. That'll give you a perfectly straight cut. See that? Okay. Alright, I'm going to cut the rest of these. I'll get back with you in a minute on these base pieces. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and cut our top pieces. We're going to cut this down. They fit across the top here. And this is where we're going to attach our rods at to go through it, okay? So you want to first measure this. I come up with 18.5 inches together. Alright, we're going to go ahead and cut these at 22 inches. Okay? Go ahead and mark it. Cut it at 22 inches. Alright, same thing, take your square, mark it across there, okay, alright, cut this off with your saw, okay, now, I'm going to cut the rest of these and we'll start putting the top plate together first. Now that you got that done, you want to get your pieces, you want to set up, position them 2 inches off each edge evenly, okay? You want to get your screw gun. These are 3-inch screws. I'm going to drive them right through here to attach to this, okay? So, let's get that done real quick. Okay, so position your pieces against there. We're going to run our all thread right through here, but don't forget. So we can put that push down on that. Go ahead and screw in your 3-inch screws. Okay. Just like that. Okay. I put the screws in a little bit of an angle. This holds better that way instead of going straight up. Putting a little bit of an angle, it'll hold better. Okay, we'll do the same other side. Then the top piece will be done, and we'll build the bottom piece. The top piece is completed. We'll go ahead and drill our screws in it so that we can put our bands on it. Okay. You want to use instead of using a 3/8 rod, you want to go a little bit bigger than 3/8. So I always use a 1/2 inch to drill a hole in. That gives the plenty of room to fit it on when you go to fit it on there. Okay. Stick it in your drill. Okay. Just want to drill your 4 holes. Now, I like to drill it right through the edge, on the edge of the board. Let me show you better here. This is the edge of the board. Try to stay right on the edge of that board when you do it. Okay. Same this side. You want to stay on the edge of that board where your hole comes out at for your rod to fit. Okay. Alright, I'll do the other side, then the top plate will be done. Do the bottom plate now for our stand. I like to make the bottom plate bigger than the top. I make this 42 inches. Okay. Instead of 38 like we did before. Again, we'll just turn around, come back from this end. Measure out your 42 inches. Right here. See that? 42. Okay. Take your square. Okay. Get that one off. The other one's right here. Again, mark it. I put an X. That's the piece I'm omitting. We'll cut this piece off now. Okay. All right, here we go. Alright, same thing, we're just going to go ahead and pull to the side and just cut it right off. Okay, there's one bottom piece. There's our second bottom piece. Okay. We're going to go ahead and assemble the bottom plate now. Remember, these are 42 inches long instead of your standard 30 like your top plate is. We're going to use these 2 pieces of scrap 2x4 for the feet for our target. Alright, so what we're going to do now, we're going to set these feet on. They got to be 30 inches apart so they'll match the top. So you want to slide them out of the way, 30 inches apart. A little more. Slide this way, son. We'll try to keep it even all the way around. Okay, like that. 38. Okay, cool. Now 42 minus 38 is 4, so you want to have 2 inches on each end. I got 2 inches here, and I got 2 inches here. That'll give me 38 widthwise, okay? Let's go ahead and screw this on and we're good to go. Again, I always put these into an angle. It just holds better. Doesn't want to move around on you as much. Double check your 2 inches here, which we have. Okay. Okay. Same thing before. We're going to take our drill and we're going to go ahead and drill out right next to the line here where our R thread's going to go. Okay, that's our 2 inch hole. Okay, you want to take your all thread rod. What you want to do is you want to measure your, come over here to show you. Come over here, you want to measure your stack them up 3 high. And this comes out to about 44 inches roughly. You want to add 6 inches to that, so it'll be 48. Okay, and then I give myself an extra 2 inches to play with for the top for tightening down, so you need 50 inches total. Okay, so I did that. Measure from here, that's the bottom to the top, puts it at 42, give it 6 inches is 48, add 2 more gives you 50 inches. So we're going to cut these all thread to 50 inches. Okay, here we go. Same way, just measure your all thread. Cut it off right here. Double check that measurement. Okay, good. Now you need a sawzall to cut this with. So, I'm going to grab a hold of it, put on your mark there. Cut it off, okay? I'm going to cut the other 3 off, and I'll get back with you. Okay, what you want to do now you get your all thread cut, you're going to have a cut in here that's going to be rough, and this end that's not going to be rough, okay? So you want to take your washer and your nut. Run your washer on first. Run your bar all the way through. Okay. Your washer on. And then add your nut. And since you got a cut in right here, you're not going to be able to screw in that well, so you want to use your clean end. Just take your nut on the clean end that's not been cut yet and get it started. Okay, get your nut started and spin it all the way down like this. Okay, you want to get all the way down to the end. So let me get that done, I'll be right back with you. Okay, once you get your nuts on your all thread all the way down the end, you want to stick them inside of here. Like that. And then what you want to do is take your one on the other side, put your washer on the other side, and it goes on like that. Okay, show this side now. So you got one washer up here, tightens up there, and then you got one with a big washer on the bottom that tightens down here, okay? And the reason for that I'll show you when we get to it. I'm going to get the rest of these all rods in there, all thread rods, and we'll move on to the next part of the build. Okay, now we got our base on and our all thread in. We're going to put our bales in. What you want to do on your bales, you want to look at your bales here. You see one side you have a cut side of your bale. The other side is a rough side. You want the rough side out, the cut side toward where you're shooting at. So to start stacking your bales in there right now, remember cut side towards you, where you're shooting. Okay? All right. Okay, cut side towards you, where you're shooting at, okay? Now you want to take your top piece and just drop it in there. Oh. Okay, go ahead and set your stuff up here. Okay. Now you want your top piece reversed from your back piece. So all the pressure you're having is going to fit in here. Let me show you. Let me get a better picture of it for you. Now you take your top piece and drop your top piece on your rebar, on your all thread. Be sure it's the 2x10s are facing down to give you the pressure you need, okay? Then all you do is tighten up. You want to use your washer and your lock washer. You got a lock washer and your regular washer. Washer goes on and you screw your lock washer on. Okay? Do that on all 4 of them. Alright, we'll be back. We're going to get it all tightened up for the final setup. Just a second, please. Okay, everybody, this is Todd, All Things Archery and Shooting, and this is the target we have to building in our video, and I'll see how it works and stops these arrows. We're going to be shooting this Encore rabbit, life-size rabbit target from about 20 yards. I love these Encore targets, they're pretty cool. I'm going to be shooting with my 55-pound Fleetwood recurve bow, and I'm going to be using 570 grain arrows. Now let's see what we can do with it. All right, I'm going to step off about 20 yards and see if we can get some shots in there. See how this hay bale stops it.
You need my help?
Okay, there we go. These arrows went about, let's see, I'll pull one out here. They only went in about that deep, so less than half, probably a little more than a third. So the hay bale works. Okay, everybody, there it is finished now, okay? This target here will stop any kind of traditional or longbow or recurve arrow, and probably most compound arrows as well too. If you need to make it tighter, you can always bend these down, but you see how tight it's already starting to warp that 2x10, so these are pretty tight now. So there's a lot of pressure. This target will probably last several hundred, maybe thousand, couple thousand, 2,000 to 3,000 rounds easy. So, and it makes a really good good stop for your arrows. And there's a big target, you should put large targets and large target mats on to shoot. This whole project, I mean, I told you, go to a final construction site. They always got lumber laying around that they'd be glad to get rivets, they got to throw it away. They'll give it to you. That's where I got the lumber from a construction site. The all thread rods came from Lowe's. They run about $5 a piece. You need 4 of them. The nuts and washers, you probably got, I don't know, $2 in nuts and washers there. So what's that? $22, and maybe an hour's worth of time to put it together. So $25, you can build you a nice little target. Oh yes. Let's not forget the hay bales. They run about $5.50, $6 a piece, so you got $18. You got less than $40. You got a nice archery target, good size that you can set up and shoot your recurve, your longbow, or your compound bow. All right, hope you like this video. I got more do-it-yourself and videos coming up, so look for those. Again, this is Todd at All Things Archery and Shooting. I thank you for your support. Please leave your comments down at the bottom what you think of this. If you like this, please click that like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe for me, and I'll go ahead and click that bell so I can notify you when my next stuff gets uploaded. Again, this is Todd, All Things Archery and Shooting. I want to thank you for your support. Ciao.